having control of what money means to you?
Yeah, having a great relationship with money, you could, have a similar view, or you could relate this to any type of information that you have. So, for instance, if you don't have a very good relationship with food, you're gonna either be, an extremely obese person, or you're going to have some type of eating disorder. Let's just say, if you have a bad relationship with alcohol, you're either gonna, make poor decisions while you're drinking alcohol, or you're going to, be an alcoholic. If you have a poor relationship with money, then that can conclude to be having a bad, having some bad actions from having a bad relationship with that, like spending your money on things that you don't need, not saving, not having an emergency fund, not having, financial freedom, not having money to pass down to next generations, maybe not having a college fund for your kids. I guess, what's your definition of money, Chris?
I mean, at the end of the day, to me, money is just a tool to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
So, for people, that can mean a lot of different things. The thing that I do know that is an unfortunate truth is the amount of money you have kind of dictates what kind of rooms you're allowed in. When you have money, you have an opportunity to meet a lot of great people. And, like imagine, right, like Kanye West.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't have money, if he wasn't Kanye West, he would have never had an opportunity to go. I believe he went and learned at some big design house. It may have been Prada, it may have been Louis Vuitton. He wouldn't have had that opportunity. He had an opportunity to collaborate with Louis Vuitton for sure on a sneaker. And he only had that opportunity because he had money. So, I say that to say this, that there is some importance in money. I mean, unfortunately, that's how the world goes. But at the same time, I don't view money as like, okay, I have this money, I have to spend it. No, you don't necessarily have to spend it. And for me, with my view of money is like this, right? No matter how rich I ever become, I don't ever plan to have more than 10% of my net worth in cash. If I have money, I'm putting it away, whether it be in real estate, whether it be in a stock portfolio, or whether it be in equity in a company. That's where I'm going to keep the majority of all my money. So when I talk stock portfolios, that's, retirement funds, that's where I will put my kids' college fund is in a stock account, and things like that. And, sometimes you talk to people and they're like, hey, why are you saving so much money? Why do you invest so much of your income? And the reason I personally do that is because at the end of the day, money is just a tool, and you could actually make your money work for you. But if you're running to go buy the PlayStation instead of investing in Sony, you're losing money. For me, I have a huge sneaker collection. I'm a bit of an anomaly because my sneakers are an investment. But let's just say I bought all my sneakers and I wore them all. If I would put all that money towards Nike stock, I'd be rich.
Yeah, but like you said, those sneakers are worth something, and you could resell those sneakers for a higher price. So that's almost like a stock, if you think about it.
In a different way.
In a different way, sure.
It's equity.
Yes.
So long as the sneakers aren't really worn. If you wear them, that messes with the value. But
it messes with the value. But, for instance, if I have my Air Jordan 1s that are $2K,
yeah,
I've worn them several times, somebody's going to want to buy them for $15.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But, anyway. So having a good relationship with money is important. Understanding, like, if you have a spending issue, maybe getting away from having credit cards, maybe get away from looking at retail sites, websites. Definitely, everyone should start putting money aside for the future, because things come up. You might say you own a property. You might want to resell this property. Well, you have to think about the renovation costs if you're selling this property. So having a good relationship with money will help you get those those costs associated with the renovation paid for. So having an emergency fund is very important, because what if your HVAC has a problem? you have to go and spend $10K if you don't have a warranty. If you don't have that in your emergency fund, where are you going to get the money from? And this is why I feel like people should have a strong relationship with money and a very good understanding. On top of that, money is not a status symbol. Although money does get you in great places or brings you in different rooms that a lot of people can't get into because they don't have money. But like Chris said, it's a tool that can either get you the vacation you want, get you the education that you want, or because those things can be looked at as investments as well. Education is an investment.
Yeah.
Taking a vacation is an investment because it helps your platform, your brand, your networking capabilities. So just understanding that money is not a status symbol. You can have $10 million and be a crappy person. Mm-hmm. It's just having a good understanding and relationship with money. And that's what I want to stress.
And, money can also affect relationships. I mean, I'm sure we all have stories of when we elevated financially or in status, and that put a strain on previous relationships that we've had. And we have a segment later where we're going to even dig into this a little more. But yeah, I mean, money changes people.
Yeah.
And it definitely changes the people around you.
It does, man. I don't know. I hope that I don't get to a point where I'm looking down on anyone because of a certain dollar value I have in my accounts. It's not about that for me. It's just about having access to things that I want to do, things that I love. Giving the people that I love whatever they want, people around me, also investing in my future, investing in my family's future. That's very important for me. So that's what money means.
But a lot of people wouldn't be able to understand that concept, right? Like, why are you working so hard to invest in somebody else's future is what somebody might tell you.
I mean, it's just a reflection on your family. Like, if you have a weak link in your family, you have to bring that person up. So over the holidays, we all get together and I'm going to give the spiel about finance, what you should be doing with your money during this time. If you're a young person at 18, you're in college, or say you're in the military, I'm going to give you that information that day. You're going to hear about it pretty much every single day. I'm going to tell you about Robinhood. I'm going to tell you about 401ks and Roths. So you can, when you're 28, 29, you'll have a head start. You'll be more wealthy than me, and these conversations won't need to happen, and you'll understand what the value of money is.
But Devin, I mean, hypothetically, right? Because I don't even know what you make, but let's just say you make $20,000 a month.
Okay.
Why not go to Ruth's Chris every week?
I mean, if that was going to increase my value as a person, then that makes sense. But like we've talked about before, it makes more sense to invest in an experience like maybe a grill, putting those steaks on the grill, having family come over, having a good time. That's increasing everyone's value, not just me and my wife, or spending $1,000 on something that I don't need, or $500 depending on drinks and all that other stuff.
Okay. Wow, man, I've never had a $500. Well, let me shut up.
There's other ways to get Ruth's Chris at your house, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I just think the biggest takeaway is this, man. Make the money. Don't let the money make you. And if you're smart, you're going to utilize money to do more of the things that you want to do. So, for example, for me, I always wanted to design clothes, and working on this podcast and me having my own personal success in my life, I'm going to leverage that to create some clothing items.
Good deal. Yeah, I mean, just get comfortable with having money, understand the value of money, and money is not a status symbol. So that's all I want to preach.